coming out, B-Town bigger, back on the check-in, on the turn-up, on the pop-up, fuck.
Yeah, you need to check in, bro. You better tap in before you touch down here in Boston, bro. Boston, we need that paperwork ASAP. Pooh Sims just hit my line, bro. We need that paperwork ASAP. We're not playing no games, bro. Don't come out here, bro, unless you got that paperwork, bro.
We need that paperwork ASAP. We're not playing any games, bro. Don't come outside unless you've got that paperwork in your hand. The music scene has been restless lately, and the energy online feels like everyone is sitting on edge, waiting for the next spark to set everything off. Every corner of social media is dropping new claims, new clips, and new receipts, each one adding more noise to the conversation. And right now, Max B's name is spinning back into the spotlight again, with stories popping up faster than anyone can even fact check.
And shit, like when you first came out, me like a lot of people, I guess we assumed that you was Max B replacement and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You had to deal with that, right? Coming up, right?
I still deal with it here and there. You know
Word.
what I mean? Because he's a talented dude. But what happened was, I was doing music before, here and there, you know what I mean? But my man Ash or whatever. But I kept getting locked up, going away.
Right.
So when Zeke came home, he like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, you got that little singing melody thing. I'm not a singer.
One of the juiciest rumors floating around right now says Max B and French Montana got kicked out of their seats at a Knicks game in Madison Square Garden. The story everyone's repeating is that they somehow ended up in the wrong section and were told to move. But let's be real, the internet loves blowing a tiny mix-up way out of proportion. So for now, until we get the full picture, it's all just noise and speculation.
But like, you got that little melody thing going on, let's do music. You know what I mean? They gave me a deal, cut me a nice check, like, get paid, nigga. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this jail shit, man. Like, skip bids and never been locked up like no 5 years and no shit like that, but I just got tired of getting locked up. You know what I mean? So I did the music, and then actually I came home. I think Max came home around the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know their situation. I really wasn't, you know what I mean? It was just me and Zeke going in the studio along with the rest of the 730 or whatever.
Right.
And we was doing our thing. I remember one day we was in the Jewel studio.
Then things got even weirder. Out of nowhere, a random clip popped up of some dude warning Max B not to set foot in Boston without his paperwork. Instantly, people online started calling him a Boston goon, even though nobody really knows who this guy is. And let's be honest, if someone's talking like they run the whole city, you'd think at least one person would recognize him.
And Jewel was like, you and Max should do a duo, like a duet. You know what I mean? And that's how me and Max got cool or whatever, and we did the Henny song, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, so y'all had a chance to work together. People don't talk about the positives. They just try to harp on the negative shit.
Yeah, the negative sides, man. Like,
right.
We did the Henny record. Max did the hook. We planned on doing some other music, but, you know, niggas fell out.
Right.
He had his issues with Jim or whatever.
Right.
And then, you know, that's like kind of home team. Not kind of, it is home team, so once you fall out with him.
Right now, it just comes off like another random dude talking tough for clout. And if someone actually knows who he is, please drop the receipts, because the mystery vibe he's given isn't landing. But let's focus on what everyone's really losing it over, the PD7 wait. First, it was supposed to hit on Black Friday, then it got pushed to Tuesday, and now the release date switched again out of nowhere. Fans woke up hyped, only to see a fresh countdown staring back at them. At first, people were holding back, but now it's straight up. Where is it already?
You know, just clearing the air, you know, for fans that's older fans and know all of us and know a little bit of history about what used to go in the past, which I don't really bring up. Even like when I did the interview with Max, I'm not going to bring up no old problems he had. I'm not saying anything to get him in any new problems. I'm not doing anything to get him back sent to the penitentiary or jail or whatever the case may be, because some people like, Cam, you ain't asked this, and Cam, you ain't asked that. The man was home 3-4 days and did an interview with me to where
Everybody's craving something fresh to vibe to, and a new Max B drop would completely flip the energy. Luckily, there's something keeping the hype alive. Clips of Max B in French Montana filming a video for a track off Coke Wave 3.5. The beat hits familiar, the energy screams classic, and seeing Max back on camera with that trademark confidence had people buzzing non-stop. He's moving, grooving, smiling, straight up looking like he's genuinely enjoying being out here. It's not that old aggressive Max, but this new wave, this new chapter, this Max, and fans are fully here for it.
He didn't have to, you know, even though that's my brother, I know we grew up together and all that shit, but you know, that nigga trying to get to the chicken. The nigga just got out of jail doing 17 years to get him in some future beef, bring up old beef, internet beef, something like that, period, or to get him to say some shit to where he gets him back to jail. He's on 5 years parole, if I'm not mistaken. But I said all that to say this is that for those that don't know, and we're not gonna get too much into it, you know, I know y'all two may had a little history in the past where it wasn't that good, but
with January sneaking up fast, the excitement is building again. The holidays will vanish in a blink, and maybe, just maybe, PD7 and Coke Wave 3.5 will finally drop. When Max stepped away from Bird Gang, the whole vibe changed. That melodic lane he pioneered suddenly felt hollow, and fans noticed immediately. Behind the scenes, Whisper said Jimmy was hunting for someone to fill that gap, and Sin City was the name stepping in. Dude brought that same smooth, melodic touch, hitting hooks and giving tracks the silky feel that Max made legendary.
All that shit is old. He fuck with you. As much love. He was in, before he came home, he was in jail watching Talk with Fleet, and he loved the shows. He just wanted to let you know it's all good on his behalf. So we not stirring up no old beef, and he just wanted to let you know, and let me know to let you know that everything's all good on his end, man. Period.
That's what's up. And shout out the whole Raw Way, New Jersey. I did hear that. They talk with Fleet fans in there. They watch it like religiously in there.
Naturally, that sparked some tension because from Max's perspective, it looked like people were stepping into a lane he built first. And if you know Harlem circles, you already get how messy these connections can get. These artists all grew up hitting the same blocks, rolling with the same crews, vibing in the same studios. Dipset, 45th, Harlem, it's all intertwined. Sin City isn't just linked to Jimmy, he's tight with Cam too, which layers the drama even more. But last night, things flipped. Cam stepped in, took the high road, and told Sin City it was time to cut the back and forth out.
Now they cool all of a sudden. They didn't realize they had this much in common. What y'all bitches got in common? Y'all ain't got nothing in common. Y'all
Want
niggas
your
don't...
attention, man.
Huh?
He wants your attention.
I'm giving it to him for the 5 minutes. I gave him the 5 minutes. I just gave him the 5 minutes. They got it, man. They got it. I'm not going to say nothing else about it. Because when I see it, I promise you, like I say, I paused it, but it's just like a little bit. Look at these niggas. Yo, I swear to God, just be laughing.
The message was clear. Max is just getting back into his groove after being gone for years. So let the man handle his business and enjoy his freedom. No stress, no drama, no unnecessary mess. They actually squashed that tension live on the show, which is rare in a scene that usually thrives on keeping conflicts alive. Watching grown men put an end to a beef like that felt like a win for the culture. At this stage, nobody needs old issues popping up again. There's money to chase, moves to make, and doors to open, not problems ready to blow. Fans might be waiting for that old war-ready Max B, but the energy he's given now is all about peace, gratitude, and leveling up. It's more of an apology tour than a battle plan.
Now they the lobby. I mean, they do something to put pressure on you. You sit there and work it out, but when you got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern.
All right, so what happened when
So
you...
the song he's talking about is a song that put me in the game. It was a song called Rumors, where I was talking about all of the rumors in the industry. So just for clarity purposes. And the thing about that is that I mentioned him in the song. I ain't mentioned Jimmy.
And honestly, that's the smarter play. Even the folks in Boston running their mouths about paperwork and tossing out threats need to chill. We're living in a time where handling things like a grown-up hits way harder than reckless moves that go nowhere. Shout out to Cam for stepping into that peacekeeper role. It's leadership and proof the culture's evolving. And speaking of Cam, things got even more interesting when he dropped some subtle shots on his latest show. He didn't name names, but the thumbnail read, "Hi, hater," which immediately had people squinting, because let's be real, when you see "Hi, hater," there's one name that instantly pops up, Maino. Some fans are convinced Cam was throwing shade at the Let's Rap About It podcast crew, suggesting they only teamed up because none of them vibe with him. Cam even pointed out they barely know each other in real life and only share one thing, their dislike for him. Now, true or not, the internet is already buzzing. And honestly, a podcast rivalry is way safer and way more entertaining than real-life beef. Historically, Cam and Maino seem to run pretty neutral, so even a whisper about old tension got everyone's attention. For years, it looked like mutual respect ruled the lane, but then the old stories started surfacing, the ones where Jimmy supposedly confronted Maino on Cam's behalf after Maino dropped a line in an early track that rubbed Dipset the wrong way. Back then, even a tiny hint at the crew sparked reactions. Most people had no idea that even happened, and clearly, years of new drama had buried these details under the surface.
And people I don't fuck with, or maybe they don't fuck with me, either however you want to word it. They don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with them. Niggas, bitches, whatever. They don't even really know each other that well, and they team up and start hanging out because their only denominator is they don't like you. So they start hanging out and they start dealing with each other, and you know, and when you see this shit, you be like, y'all two niggas.
Seeing it resurface in conversation now just shows how tangled and layered these relationships really are. And knowing Maino, it's only a matter of time before he addresses all of this on camera. He never sits back when it's time to respond. What makes this even juicier is how Let's Rap About It has evolved. When the podcast first dropped, a lot of fans weren't sure how the energy would land. Fab moves low-key, keeping that calm, stylish vibe. Dave East adds the fresh perspective from the artist side. Jimmy is the mastermind working behind the scenes. But Maino, he's the spark plug. His energy fills the room, and every episode proves he's driving the show's personality. And once someone with that kind of presence starts getting noticed, the culture shift is inevitable. Cam built his lane in the podcast world with a unique format and strong visuals, so seeing Maino climb in the same space naturally creates some tension. It's almost a "this is my arena" kind of energy. And now, someone he didn't anticipate is suddenly gaining traction right next door. That's why the hints Cam dropped recently had everyone talking. The episode thumbnail read, "Hi, hater," instantly pointing fans toward Maino, since that phrase is permanently tied to him.
Oh, y'all two bitches. Or y'all 3-4 bitches.
I didn't know. But he had some choice words for those guys. Let's look at the clip.
Y'all only hanging out because I'm the common denominator. And I love it because it looks stupid. And it looks dumb. Y'all niggas all be looking stupid because y'all know shit about each.
Cam didn't drop any names, but he didn't need to. The message hit loud and clear. According to him, the crew on that other podcast barely knows each other and only teamed up because they share the same dislike for him. True or not, that claim definitely added more fire to the rivalry. But here's where Maino shows why he never backs down. When academics started throwing shots at the Let's Rap About It crew, calling them out and saying they were trying to copy Cam and Mace's style, Maino didn't waste a second. Academics even joked that the cast should be rocking slacks and suits to match Cam and Mace's polished look. And no lie, Cam and Mace are some of the sharpest dressers in the game. Suits every episode, next level commitment. But Maino, he grabbed the mic on his show and dropped a full response immediately, no hesitation. That's exactly why fans keep tuning in.
No, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You see, here's the thing, like this ain't no gangster talk. We ain't gonna do no gangster shit. But listen, what I'm saying, since you wanna speak about, young old, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old. It's either you with it or you're not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period. Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what is wearing today, let me just give you some game though. Tim
doesn't duck from any smoke, podcast or otherwise. Over time, viewers have learned to navigate this podcast battlefield because it's become a world fueled by constant reactions and controlled tension. Early on, some episodes felt pure chaos, but now you can spot the pattern. Everyone throws a little smoke just to spark chatter, and that cycle keeps the whole ecosystem buzzing. As long as it stays in the entertainment lane, it actually benefits everyone. Problems pop up when these podcast spats spill into real-life encounters. Case in point, the reported moment when Jim Jones crossed paths with academics at a Young Boys show. Stuff like that immediately shifts the vibe. There's zero advantage to pressuring someone who's clearly working in the media space. Academics does his thing, they do theirs, and the back and forth keeps both sides relevant. Attention, discussion, momentum, that's the game. Nobody needs street energy invading a space built for commentary. That's why Maino's approach stands out. If it's jokes and podcast talk, then that's exactly where it stays.
Ones, Pele's, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was made hot in this generation here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s, and we made popular. So like, leave out of that. Like you giving it your opinion, and my opinion to you is I think you built like a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem. They've been talking every day. We wake up saying shit about us, special. And we ain't. Yeah. We take the high road every time.
He makes it crystal clear he's ready to snap back, clap back, and put on a show. But he also stresses one thing: know who you're dealing with. This isn't about threats, it's about respect inside the platform's boundaries. And academics, he's fully aware of those boundaries too. He even joked about it, saying he knows Maino's reputation and the stories floating around. He made it clear that if Maino ever tried to take things off camera, he wouldn't be out at events or public appearances. He'd be right back behind the studio mic. Even he recognizes when the line gets too real. The wild part is the energy difference between these two. Academics moves from a digital fortress, speaking freely because that's his lane. Maino comes from a different era where words carried weight outside the mic. Put them together and tension can spike fast if someone forgets the rules. But as long as it stays in the podcast arena, the debates, jokes, and reactions keep the culture alive. The moment it leaks into the streets, the whole vibe collapses. Seeing Maino remind folks this is podcast energy, not street business, is smart. Keep the humor tight, the debates sharp, but leave real-life pressure out. That way, everyone keeps winning. With the way things are heating up online, it's clear eyes are glued to see what's next. When strong personalities collide, the space lights up instantly. And honestly, Maino's next move, that's the one everyone's waiting for. Once he drops it, the conversation flips again. These digital streets are loud, and the smartest move right now is keeping things playful instead of real. If it stays in podcasts, jokes, clapbacks, and entertainment, the culture wins every single time. There's no need for it to spill offline when the storyline is already wild on its own. So yeah, all eyes are on Maino, and his next response could shake the room again. If you vibed with this breakdown, smash that like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next twist. I'll catch you in the next one.